John chapter 15 quickly. Jesus said this in verse 1 of John 15. He says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes so that it'll be even more fruitful. He called us to be fruitful, and there where we're not bearing fruit, He cuts things because He desires us to be more fruitful. See, I said this to the leaders last night. Again, God doesn't work in calendar years, I understand. But I'm kind of like, we've got to live in what seasons we're in. I felt in 2020, and I was the beginning of 22. I had no idea. I'm just telling you, I had no idea about a pandemic. I felt God say that 2020 was a season of release. 2 months into that season, we all got locked up, shut down, and not allowed to do anything. My friends all over the world were like, gee, what happened to your prophetic word of being released? We locked up. I said, well, I never claimed to be a prophet, number one. But let me tell you this, looking back, what a year, 2020. What a year. I hated every minute of it. Let me tell you, we were released from things in 2020. We were forced to relook at everything. And God took some things from us, but not for the sake of taking from, but to take from in order to release us into. It was the toughest year, but probably the greatest. Because we got released from all the stuff the church is expected to do and Christians are expected to do, but not Christians. What surprised me is how quick we now want to get back to 2019 and all the stuff that He's released us from. Don't go back. No going back. Never been this way before. So 2020, wow, I don't want to have another year like that. 2021, I thought, okay, God, I'm dare to ask you, what's next? And I felt God say, we're going to move into a season of effectiveness. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing, I think. It's in the Bible. It just means some of my plans are sidelined. And now we got to line up with what God's doing rather than do our thing and trust God's with us. Look for effective ways and new ways and fresh strategy. And we've seen that. And I felt, okay, I dare ask for this next season, 2022. What's on your heart, Lord? Fruitfulness. I felt God say, you've been released from, to be released into, to be more effective, to be fruitful. Now, fruitful is not this weird thing. You are fruitful or you're not. And this is what we just read, that you will be even more fruitful is what He desires of us. Verse 3 says, you are already clean because of the word I've spoken to you. Remain in me and I'll remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. Wow, we should learn that. We know that with branches and trees and shrubs, but we think we can bear fruit without Him. We get results driven. We run after results, and we're all about what everyone else is doing, rather than what about being fruitful, remaining in Him. Without Him, we cannot do it. It's what He says. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. Verse 5, I am the vine. If we're guessing who that is, He says, I am the vine. You are the branches. Some of us need to hear that. You're not the vine. I'm not the vine. Your church is not the vine. John Maxwell's not the vine. Sorry, that's an in-house joke. Nobody's the vine except He. I am the vine. You are the branches.